welcome back to other Car Talks. Try to do these a little bit more often. So today I want to talk about how we all have a tendency to be really happy about something for a certain point in time, or really sad about something at a certain point in time. I was just listening to a podcast this morning, and they were talking about something called hedonic adaptation, which humans have. That means we have the ability to over-exaggerate how we think we're going to feel and how we adapt to particular situations. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you got a new job. Let's say you're in a help desk position, or maybe a position to where you really don't like your job. It's really stressful, and you apply for a new job and you get it, and you're extremely happy. It's you celebrate, you go out to eat, celebrate with family. Yes, my life is going to be much better now, and it is for a certain period of time. But eventually you all come back to the baseline, and you'll come back to from a 9 out of 9 on the happiness scale to maybe a 5 out of 9 or 5 out of 10 on the happiness scale. You really come back to a baseline to where you're not as excited about it. And that can lead to many different unexpected things. They were talking about somebody that won the lottery and eventually killed himself, because people think that you make a lot of money, and you make a lot of money for the rest of your life, and you don't know how to deal with it anymore, that you don't have to deal with really, you don't have to deal with life anymore. All you could just lay back and have grapes fed to you all day. What they don't realize is the emotional stress that comes with that. The Dan Gilbert, there's a really good author. He wrote a book called Stumbling on Happiness, and he was talking about how they don't realize the negative ramifications of suddenly coming into $1 million, of family coming to need money and having to deal with that. Feelings of guilt of having more money than a lot of all of your peers. How your peers see you now, where you didn't come into money the right way. A lot of ramifications. It all comes back to what I thought was the interesting part was that hedonic adaptation. I've been really struggling with that to some degree too. I've came to that many different times. I've been talking about come to IT and a career. I've went through so it's 23 years of changes, and there's been times where I've been extremely happy about something, extremely excited, and other times, and eventually that just kind of fades, and you always need that next step. I mean, I guess it's good that we're constantly needing to adapt and evolve and get more of these happiness situations. So maybe we strive to succeed more, strive to hit that next plateau of what we're working with. But on the flip side, a lot of people don't see the other side of the situation, the negative side. So I'm really big on examples. So let me give you a real world example. If you follow me on Twitter or my blog, and that that I am a Microsoft MVP. Being a Microsoft MVP is a great award, a great recognition to have. I loved having it, and I still love having it, and I'm really humbled by it. However, with that being said, the first time, I still remember where I was and the email that I got and how I spread the news and how I felt like when I got awarded the MVP award for the first time. Great. I mean, very humbling experience. But I don't remember when you get renewed for the award. I don't remember any of the other years. I've been an MVP for 6 years now. I don't remember the other years, simply because it's not that you don't not appreciate like an award or maybe a job or something like that. You don't appreciate it. You just eventually that just becomes your baseline. That becomes your default, and that comes as sort of a problem sometimes. That may come when you almost feel guilty, and your peers may look at you. You may have just thought whenever you said, well, how can you say you got this award and now you don't care about it anymore? Well, it must be nice. You always think, you may be thinking that. Well, you don't realize that everyone is like that for every single thing. You may be a high six-figure paying solutions architect role, and you're not happy. You're like, yeah, this is okay. I'm not challenged. I just want something else. And you really don't, because maybe you've been in that role for a few years. You're like, yeah, I need something else. This is boring. You feel guilty for feeling like that because, look, I'm making much more money than so many other people in the world and in the country, and I don't appreciate the position that I'm in. Look, I don't even have to work 40 hours a week. This is just a cusp position. You feel guilty, but you also feel scared to some degree, or a little timid to come out and do a Hard Talks episode like this, like me, and publicly say, I'm not happy. I don't. It's baseline for me now. I appreciate it. I definitely want it more than other, but it's just kind of baseline for me at the moment. And you don't really, not being able to express that is frankly is bad for your mental health. You need to be able to express. You need to be around people that will appreciate you for you, and you can just say whatever's on your mind without judgment. Now, being on this, probably getting on YouTube eventually, there will be various comments and things of people saying, well, yeah, must be nice. You look at this. You got stuff, and your last card talk. So it goes on and on and on. But people don't realize maybe just humanity. We all have kind of different tiers of success, whether you want to call that financial success, emotional success, whatever. We're each at different tiers. And when I look at a millionaire or a billionaire talking about, where do I park my yacht? I have this big problem. I immediately think, well, shit, must be nice. Must be nice because you got this money. You can do whatever you want. But you don't realize that that's the baseline for them. How they feel with a yacht is exactly how I feel with my car. It's just, we all get in this same kind of level. I don't really know how to express it, but I definitely see it to where your level, let's say if you are, I don't know, if you are a system, I take everything back to IT for some reason. If you're a system admin one, a few years out of college, and you think, oh yeah, this first job I have it's okay, it's nice, but somebody being in IT for 20 something years, making six figures, like, oh, there's no way I would ever go back to that. But this job I have now, it's okay. But then you got the guy that's a millionaire entrepreneur or something like that, and been there, done that, doesn't have to work a day in his life, doesn't have to do anything anymore. He's like, yeah, I'm still not happy. We're all kind of get to that baseline of just general. Frankly, we default to unhappiness. Unfortunately, we don't really appreciate what we have and where we are in life, and it's hard for everyone. It's definitely hard for me, and to know that we're all on tiers, and we're all somehow just kind of striving to get to that next raise, to get to that next job, and we're all kind of trying to climb the life's ladder of, frankly, just success. I wanted to talk about this one today simply because I've been feeling more at that baseline level I used to, and I'm kind of in that position in my career that I'm trying to make a change. I kind of see that baseline, and I'm kind of not being as happy as what I once was, and I'm starting to actually see that now. And it's really hard to see that if you're in the weeds, you're in just the day-to-day life, and you really can't see that. and truly first appreciate where you are and see that you're just kind of stagnant at your baseline and you're not trying to move forward.